The one thing we know about RG3 is he's not having conversations at his home about what Black women have to endure in this country, about what young Black women and athletes like Angel Reese have had to deal with being on the opposite side of Caitlin Clark's rise and ascension into stardom.
Crying Ryan Clark, ESPN's resident expert on mythical racism, the proud deacon who has taken over for Father Jalen Rose after he was unceremoniously fired as the lead pastor at Woke United Methodist. The sermons delivered by Crying Ryan, they are extremely popular. They attract dozens and dozens of views on social media, but every once in a while, Ryan Clark manages to capture the attention of the mainstream. Happens once, maybe 2-3 times a year. And every single time it happens, the text of the sermon just so happens to be focused on mythical racism. You know, American culture, we have a tendency to idolize heroes. I can be your hero, baby. As I'm drinking my coffee this morning, I'm watching the latest Untold documentary on Netflix about Brett Favre. Off the field, some would claim that Brett Favre was a real bastard. He refused to mentor Aaron Rodgers. He was allegedly a serial philanderer throughout his career in Green Bay. The scandal with Jen Sturger in New York, the welfare scandal in Mississippi. But you know what? A lot of people don't care. And the reason they don't care is because on the field, Brett Favre was the epitome of what a lot of people thought an NFL quarterback should be. There was no such thing as sick. There was no such thing as injuries. Every Sunday, you knew Brett Favre would be playing. 3-time MVP in 3 consecutive years, Super Bowl winner. The dude started 321 consecutive games. We got dudes in the NBA that can't play back-to-backs. For over 18 years, Brett Favre never missed a game. Brett Favre, he earned his status of being untouchable, for lack of a better word. I'm not saying it's right, but it is reality. At the same time, you got someone like Derek Carr. Donnie! Off the field, Derek Carr, stand-up dude, family man, great father, great husband. He's a man of faith. Derek Carr is the neighbor that brings your garbage can back up the driveway after the dump divers in the WNBA have come by and collected the trash. But on the field, Derek becomes Donnie. Like Angel Reese, Donnie looks great on paper. He puts up great numbers. He's the preferred quarterback for fantasy nerds like Mina Kimes, who don't care about winning actual games. They only care about winning games that aren't real. Brett Favre could walk down Bourbon Street today in New Orleans and he wouldn't pay for a damn thing. Free car service, free hotel, free drinks. While Derek Carr, he will never be welcome back to the city. Whether it's right or wrong doesn't matter. Some athletes have achieved untouchable status, and no matter how hard the mainstream media tries, it will never be taken away from them. Other athletes, they are pushed on us by the media. The media tries to give them that status, and a lot of the time, they're ultimately rejected, which is exactly what has happened to Angel Reese. For some reason, the media is begging us to accept Angel Reese, and the harder they push, the more she is rejected. Criticism of Angel Reese, not allowed. And if you're a black man or a black woman who has the audacity to criticize Angel Reese, pastors like Father Ryan Clark, they will insinuate that you have turned your back on your own community, which is exactly what Crying Ryan did yesterday to RG3. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel is in the description below. Today on the second channel, going to be talking about Shedeur Sanders taking a massive pay cut to play in the NFL. The kid's coming to the harsh realization that he's not in Colorado anymore. Daddy Dion is no longer calling the shots. He's learning that the N in NFL does not stand for nepotism. Shedeur Sanders, he's going to have to earn his money. And for the first 3 or 4 years of his NFL career, he ain't going to be earning much. So click the link in the description below, subscribe to the second channel. Over the weekend, Bob Griffin the Trace got on social media to speak some half-truths. Saturday afternoon, he was watching the ass whooping that the Indiana Felines generously gave to the Chicago Bravado. Like the rest of us who aren't in the media, Bob Griff was not inspired by the unimpactful double-double of Angel Reese. Now the media, they were celebrating their hero. Ooh, Angel, that performance was great! The score doesn't matter, you're still a winner! While the media was celebrating their fantasy hero, Bob Griffin the Trace, he was living in reality. After the altercation between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, Bob Griffin claimed that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. There's no way Angel can continue the lie that she doesn't hate the great white hope. I am qualified to speak on this matter because I know what hatred looks like. I'm Bob Griffin the Trace. I drive a Dodge Stratus. This is why I said I think Bob was speaking half the truth. Me personally, I think hate might be too strong of a word here. I don't think Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, but I do think she is extremely jealous of Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese is jealous because Caitlin Clark is a star. She is selling out arenas across the country, while Angel Reese can't draw flies to a fresh turd. She could not give away free tickets along with free grilled wiener to her LSU homecoming. Either way, though, the sentiment of what RG3 was saying is correct. Whether you want to call it hatred, disdain, jealousy, there's no denying the fact that Angel Reese does not like Caitlin Clark. The problem here for RG3, at least according to Ryan Ryan, the problem here for RG3, he violated the woke commandments because he is a black man criticizing a black woman. If you're unfamiliar with the woke commandments, a black man criticizing a black woman, that is no bueno. This is a very serious violation, and violators are subject to having their families attacked on social media by Ryan Clark. Yesterday, Ryan Ryan, he addressed these egregious violations on his podcast. Now, I will give Ryan Clark credit. He is one hell of a performer. He has the ability to cry on command with the assistance of the potpourri coming from the boodle flute that he borrowed from the whoopee cushion on The View. He has mastered the art of voice inflection. He is able to tap into his inauthentic emotions. According to Ryan Ryan, RG3 is not allowed to criticize Angel Reese because he's married to a white woman. Believe it or not, that was not the only comment from Ryan Clark that received the distinguished honor of Grade A Dumbass. He also claimed that Caitlin Clark was not the face of the WNBA. Watch for yourself.
When RG3 jumps on to the hate train or to the angry train, and now follows along with what we saw from Keith Olbermann, what we saw from Dave Portnoy, as they poured on to Angel Reese to make her the villain in Caitlin Clark's heroic or hero story. Right. Now, when you look at it, I think A'ja Wilson is the face of the league. A'ja Wilson is the best player in the league. Caitlin Clark is the most important player. And a ton of her fandom has come along with some racial bias or some racial pieces to why people love her so much. And so now if you're RG3, when is the last time within your household you've had a conversation about what she's dealing with? You haven't been able to do that because in both of your marriages, you've been married to white women. And the whole time that he's mimicking Angel Reese and bobbing his head and moving his neck while he's doing this whole piece, his wife is in the back amening and clapping. But it also leads to what black women deal with a lot from black men who have chose to date or marry outside of their race. They always feel like they have to go the extra mile to prop up the woman that they're married or the woman that they're with over black women by denigrating black women.
RG3 isn't having conversations at home about what black women have to endure in this country. Out of curiosity, I looked up the mother of Bob Griffin, the Trace. I didn't need to look up his father, I just assumed his name was Deuce. But I looked up his mother, a lovely woman named Jackie Griffin, no relation to the dancing queen Jackie Mahomes. Now, imagine my surprise. Just imagine my surprise when I found out that Jackie Griffin was a beautiful black woman. I'm assuming Jackie Griffin has endured whatever the hell Crying Ryan was talking about. I also assume that Jackie talks to her son Bob. So wouldn't that qualify RG3 to talk about this situation based on the unrealistic standards set by Ryan Clark? This is why I never take this dude seriously. With Ryan Clark, everything is associated with mythical racism. To make matters worse, he takes his obsession with mythical racism and he uses that to attack RG3's family. I have been criticizing Ryan Clark for years. I remember 4, maybe 5 years ago. This dude is literally crying on ESPN over fake racism. I was ordering a Whopper at Burger King and they asked if I wanted regular fries or chicken fries. It was so painful. The racial connotations were apparent. He only asked if I wanted chicken fries because I'm a proud black man. You know how many times I have mentioned Ryan Clark's family? None. Hell, I know nothing about his family because I've never bothered to look him up. And I've never bothered to look him up because Ryan Clark's family has absolutely nothing to do with the stupid shit that he says on social media or on ESPN. Ryan Clark claimed that RG3 is responsible, or at least partially responsible, for making Angel Reese into the villain. I guess Ryan Clark has never seen this. Check it out for yourself.
I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
I wonder why Angel Reese is treated as the villain. What Angel Reese is enduring was 100% brought on by Angel Reese. And look, it was a brilliant marketing strategy at the time. Every hero needs a villain to conquer. The problem is, Angel Reese isn't on the same level as Caitlin Clark. And I'm not talking about drawing power. The Detroit Pistons weren't on the same level as Michael Jordan in terms of drawing power, but they were on the court. Angel Reese is nowhere close to the skill level of Caitlin Clark, which is why the villain role has completely backfired. Because it's not about basketball. Angel Reese is the villain based on jealousy and resentment. Ryan Clark further humiliated himself by claiming that AJ Wilson is the face of pretend basketball. AJ Wilson is a huge star! Do I even need to sit here and address this stupidity? AJ Wilson is the first face that you see on the missing persons report. She is a big star in the MPU department of the police station where they're trying to reunite loved ones with their families. But there's only one face in the WNBA. There's only one player people care about. Crying Ryan can be mad that she lacks melanin, but it doesn't take away from the truth. This is the reason I don't take Ryan Clark seriously. If he really cared about his community, you know what he would be doing? He would be speaking out against exactly what he is doing to RG3. For some reason, there seems to be this unwritten rule in the media that black people cannot criticize black people if white people are involved. And you're damn sure not allowed to criticize the players in the WNBA. How many times have I criticized Caitlin Clark for subtly apologizing for her fake white privilege? How many times have I criticized Paige Beckers for the same thing? I don't give a damn that they're white women, but for some reason, there seems to be this unwritten rule that black men are not allowed to criticize black women. If Ryan Clark really cared, he would be fighting against that. Instead, he is doing what he thinks will give him credibility. Give me your thoughts on this. Ryan Clark attacks RG3's family because he criticized Angel Reese. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.